This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
G'day, team.
So we talked about the worst thing that you've had an accident with.
Some absolute rippers,
good.
actually.
Inspiration, a truck full of bricks.
But also then we asked a question about a car full of nuns and
Oh my
surprising
God.
result.
We need to do a whole show on interactions with nuns.
Yeah, that's true. Fatboy Slim on the show today. Norman Cook himself.
We talk about butt dialing and how you can get yourself in trouble by people listening in to what you're
Terrible
saying.
story.
Yes. Should you keep playing your lotto numbers you've been playing for years? We'll
big
find
question.
out the answer to that.
And Will Schofield joined us in the studio to talk about Supercoach and other things.
This is Perth's own
Nathan, Nat and Sean. Let's go.
Nova 937.
It's 6:03. Nathan and Sean, happy Wednesday. Pinching up.
Oh, my God.
The
Like
first
hit
of the
my
month.
child again.
I didn't even try then.
Yeah.
Kicking a hit for
I'm
being
going to
so
give you
quick.
the pinch now, and I'll hit you with my car after the show.
We
Didn't
like
see
to
that
be
coming.
thorough. We like to be
see that
thorough
one coming.
around here.
There we
Celebrate
go.
the
It happened so quickly.
First day of autumn, 37 degrees. Wow.
28th. Yep.
28.
28 to the first straight away, you know. Just kicking on February.
Oh, you're talking about yesterday was the 28th.
Anyway, 37
today's the
degrees.
first.
Yep. It's my
Yeah, I
first
know.
footy training with the kids at school today, so 37 degrees. They're going to be hurting. Okay.
Anyway, today on the show,
3 words.
Really?
Fat.
Really?
Boy.
No, not playing.
That boy not playing is
Boy,
on our
Liam
show.
is on our show.
boy,
Norman
not
Cook
playing.
himself.
Right,
Not a
okay.
team player, are you?
Will Schofield will be joining us. We'll be talking about something with him, footy, I'd imagine.
what do you
Super
think?
coach. Hopefully he brings in a zinger burger because KFC is sponsoring it.
Oh, well, you would then.
It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it?
You would.
Not for you.
Are we
gotta be
doing
like
this?
that
Are
all
we doing,
day.
are we doing this?
Yes, we are.
All day.
Okay, interesting. After 7 o'clock, we are looking for our, how many now? Eighth?
Eighth.
Yep. 8th car for our 10K drive-through, which is happening on Friday. Very excited. Someone's going to drive away with $10,000.
There'll be a first class and 50k a boarding call. Will it be your name today?
I don't know.
Never know.
Never know. And then we've got some music as well. And then during the music, we'll see if Sean can adjust his attitude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, start now.
Book for Holiday You this summer.
Because Aussies act a little different on holiday. More daring, relaxed, and sometimes more fancy.
And What If has all kinds of accommodation to suit your style. Book your next getaway on the What If app. What If? It's Aussie for travel.
Someone else has won lotto.
yeah.
Yeah.
WA is in a rich vein of form.
Yeah.
And
I'm
by the way,
saving
it's
it for
not us.
Thursday night.
Okay.
This is
yeah.
unbelievable, right? So they purchased a slip pick from the Kello's Corner in Bustleton, right? And
Yeah.
these people had been playing their numbers for 30 years and then decided on this occasion to play a slip pick. And they
And it
won.
paid off. So don't play your numbers. That's
Don't
what we...
play your numbers.
Well, I don't know,
Or
'cause
do you play your numbers?
spoke
How
to the
many
guy-
people have won with their numbers? That's what I want to know. Where's that? How many people have stuck with numbers and won compared to how many people that have had a slip
Because
pick?
you hear those stories of people that have their numbers and they play them every week and then they miss one week and that's
And then
the
it
week they come
happens.
up.
Well, we had a guy last week. Remember, he went and bought something for his daughter or something, and then he was the one, he didn't play his numbers that week, and it cost him $1 million. Man.
13, 24,
I don't
10,
have numbers.
right
Who
now,
has numbers?
quickly, if you have played your numbers for a while and won something off your numbers, can you let us know?
Or maybe it's just around the corner. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, no,
Your
but these
numbers
people
haven't come up yet.
Say these people, if they were playing that game, if it's just
Yes.
around the corner and didn't change to
That's
a
right.
slip pick,
I don't think the
then
percentages
they wouldn't
would
have
be
the
in favour.
$1.3 million.
You know what I would have to do? I'd have to buy the slick pick and play my numbers.
Yeah, that's fair call.
Because you can do both.
Yes, you can
both.
do both. I mean, if you can afford to do both.
I know, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Sean can. He's got heaps of money.
Yeah, look at him.
Me and my
Another
5 kids and a dog, yeah.
Five kids.
another $1 million
putting my
Division
wife
1
in.
prize was won from Boulder.
Boulder.
Older. Somebody can get out. Well
The
done.
news agency.
Over the shoulder boulder holder.
That was from Beaches.
Beaches. Yeah, you're referencing beaches.
You're referring. You know that?
No, I was thinking it was out of a Cheech and Chong
as
movie.
well of that.
No,
A
it
Cheech and Chong
it wasn't.
movie.
That
was
that
Beaches.
was from Beaches. That's
That
what
was
Bette
Bette Midler.
Midler's character says it on Beaches. You're
Yeah.
referencing Beaches.
No. Cheech and Chong was behind Beaches.
Nah. Your
I'm not dissing
go-to
the-
quote
No,
is
no,
you
it's Cheech
pulled
and
something
Chong,
out of
mate.
Beaches
It's Cheech
and
and
it's
Chong.
sat with you for
Can I
years.
say that I'm a
It's not
fan of
Cheech and
Beaches
Chong.
anyway? I'm
You
not
can
gonna
also
deny
say that we're the wind beneath your wings if you
I'm
like.
not going to deny that.
If I show you a picture of Barbara Hershey, will you start crying?
It's very emotional. Very emotional.
That was.
Beaches.
I know, Bet.
Sean uses Beaches quotes.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
Ever had a mishap when you've been on a bus?
No, never have. I've seen it lots of times when you drive past and there's someone's ploughed into a bus or a bus has ploughed into something else.
Because I had to catch a school bus every day, you know, all through primary school. It was sort of almost an hour each way. Because they have the in case of emergency, you know, the little hammer there. And that was right next to my seat. And I'm like, the whole time I ran through scenarios of how I might be required to save everybody with that little hammer.
What did the hammer do?
You break the glass.
break the glass. It's, you know, that little one? It's the red thing?
Yeah.
Never looked at bus hammers.
Yeah.
You always wanted to use it.
But we were all, we never had a problem because my bus driver, Doug, was very good.
There was a girl that I went to school with and she got a brand new moped and she was showing everyone sort of where, you know, where the buses pull up and she's like, oh, hey, look at me. And then the bus crept forward and hit it. she fell off and it just smashed into a million pieces.
Oh, no.
So she got hit by a bus, but it was the most lamest hit ever. But it did break her moped.
But it rode off her moped.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Well, this is pretty full on. A passenger on a Transperth bus was being taken to hospital with minor injuries after a truck smashed into the back of the vehicle in the Wanna Rouge. The woman's in her 20s. She was taken to RPH. So she was taken under normal road conditions too.
So, not lights and sirens,
Yeah. But the truck was a Midland brick vehicle and is understand that it was full of bricks at the time.
That is a lot of force. Imagine how much it was carrying.
Not is a truck bad enough, but a truck full of bricks.
Yeah, a bit of momentum there.
Because not only have they got the bricks on there, they got a bloody tractor to be able to get the bricks off. It's a whole combination.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
That's a lot. That is a lot.
That'd be one of the worst things to have an accident with, wouldn't it be?
It'd be up there.
It's a lot of force coming at you.
Yeah, I've always thought, like, it'd be bad to get an accident with a forklift because that's like...
'Cause they're pointy.
It's going to prong you right in the gut.
Yeah.
I thought that'd be bad. Also, like, not just like what sort of vehicle it could be. I thought maybe a car full of nuns. You're never going to look good.
True.
If you hit a car full of nuns, or even just one nun.
Oh, what about if they hit you? Is that seen like divine intervention if they hit you?
Yeah, it's like...
Could be.
It's like
God's got something to say.
God was in there going, go for it, get him.
But maybe it's the case where from that point in that he owes you something.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
he owes
if you
you.
get hit by nuns, then
You
win
better do
lotto.
a deal with God for the lotto. You can't keep with his
Headed that
deal.
way.
You know what? The one thing I always worry about having to crash with is a truck with the pipes on there, because you think Final Destination, you think those pipes are
driving behind them. Yeah,
they're gonna,
makes me nervous too.
Yeah, having an accident, a vehicle accident with something, and then the thing falls on top of you, like maybe it's all fallen out of a truck. Even it's like, you know, well, poo. Imagine heaps.
that'd
of,
be bad.
Heaps of poo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Yeah, no, that would be bad.
We want to talk about the worst thing that you've had an accident with, whether it be the type of vehicle it was, whether
Type of driver.
Yes, who was in the vehicle, what came on top of you.
Because imagine if somebody's a bit of a fender bender and then, like, a notorious bikie gets out.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's fine, don't worry about it, don't need your details.
A bikie would be bad.
Don't worry,
That
it's
wouldn't be fun.
fine. It's
That's
fine.
not fun at all.
We're going to give somebody something amazing, 3 sessions at Stadium Carts for them and a friend.
No accidents there.
12
right?
out of 10, that joint.
Dude,
Yeah.
we get to try a fair few things out. This is one thing that we definitely said straight away afterwards. We are all going back and doing this again. It is amazing. Stadium Karts is Australia's high-octane outdoor karting experience around Optus Stadium. Looks amazing. Book now at stadiumkarts.com.
Was the worst thing that you had an accident with? Kelsey, hello.
Hello there.
Hi, Cal.
Hey, Kels.
What happened?
Well, mine's not so much a sort of, you know, what type of accident did you have, but more in relation to the comments you guys just made with having an accident with a car full of nuns.
Okay, What do you think? What do you think? What else? Good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I don't know, but I was when I was in high school back in South Africa, my mum obviously, you know, would come and pick me up after work, and I went to a convent high school. And funnily enough, just in the area before she fetched me one day, she actually was rear-ended by a car full of nuns.
Okay, so did then good things happen to her after that, or was it a sign from God that she'd been bad? How do we interpret
Honestly,
it?
I cannot remember, and I can't even think of anything that would have happened afterwards to see if there was a divine intervention.
Yeah.
However, I do remember her sort of thinking, should I feel like sort of, sad for them because it was their fault, but they're a car full of nuns? And then she's like, no, but hang on a minute. Like, they still crashed into me,
Yes,
And she was sort of like, absolutely. She was like, no, there's no exception. They still crashed into me, nuns or not.
Oh, straight away, because think about it, nuns get away with everything.
They do.
Think about it, because we all just go, oh, no, they're nuns. What if the nuns were in there and they're going, oh, there she is, get her.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know
What if
I
there
mean?
were nuns on the run?
Oh, unbelievable, Natalie.
Yeah, the nuns owe you. The big lord, the big guy.
Yeah.
in the
Right,
sky, he
everybody,
owed you
do
for that.
not let nuns off the hook.
If we've learned anything from Kelsey, it's that.
And if you're a nun out there and you'd like to say something back to us, give us a call.
Absolutely.
30
We've got some questions for you as well. Breeze in Canning Vale, hello.
Hi, how you going, guys?
Hi, Bree.
Okay, so this is something that happened to your dad?
Yes, yeah. My dad is a truck driver and used to deliver bricks with the tractor on the back. And he was in a building site one day waiting to unload before the time restrictions, and a car slammed into the back of him and the tractor fell off onto the car.
Oh, wow. Because it kind of just hangs off the back, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, he'd unstrapped it ready to go.
Right,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, it was, he was waiting to unload, but yeah, just complete out of nowhere, wasn't paying attention and straight into the back of it.
Was the driver okay?
The driver was injured, yeah, so not good, but yeah, my dad was completely oblivious because when you're sitting in the truck,
Yes.
it takes a lot of force to move it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Not wrong.
So imagine if that driver was there, right, and then that vehicle fell off the back of the truck and missed
Yeah.
him, and then just one brick hit the guy in the head. Doink.
Unlucky.
Lucky. Thank you,
what?
Bree.
I never thought we'd actually hear from brick truck
Yes.
people and people that have been in an accident with nuns.
No, the two specific examples that we gave.
So, 1324, Jen, we are talking about the worst thing you've had an accident with. And if you, too, have had an experience with a nun, give us a call.
We want to hear
What
'em.
sort of experience?
3 sessions. That's very good, Nat.
Lauren, hello.
Hey, how you going?
Good, Lauren.
Lois, what happened?
Okay, so I was driving a little Getz at the time.
Yeah.
Went through a roundabout and was hit by, it was kind of like a crane. It sort of folded over. And the top bit went through the back side of my car, speared through the back, smashed my window. And yeah, like I didn't get hurt, but it was like literally kind of at my back seat by the time it had gone through. And when I got out and had a chat with the guy, he was like, oh yeah, it happens quite a bit because we find it really hard to see.
Oh. So, Lauren, you're talking about the crane arm was part of it came through the car. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It happens
not great.
quite a bit because we can't see.
Yes, yeah, and then like it was like nothing for him. He was like, "Oh yeah, okay."
Oh, well.
Here's all my details. Like
and-
he's clearly done it so many
Yeah,
times
100%.
before.
Like, literally, how many cars has he impaled?
I know.
I guess.
So give them a wide berth if you see a crane on the
Yeah.
road is the moral of that story.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be like playing real life skill tester, wouldn't
Yes,
it?
it is a bit.
Donkey Kong.
It is a bit.
Lift it up.
Thanks, Lauren. Horrifying story. Ashley, hello.
Hey, how you going?
Hey, good, Ash.
What happened?
Hey, I just cut a bit of a long story short, but when I was younger, I was driving, lived out in Serpentine, so country roads.
Yep.
I was driving from my house to my girlfriend's house at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Kind of went around a bend, and I couldn't really see that well because I didn't have my high beams on, but I hit something, and I didn't know what it was. So I rang my girlfriend, and I was like, I've just hit something. Like, was there something in the middle of the road?
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, there were kids in the middle of the road. And so like my heart sunk. And so I was like, oh, no, I was like, I've killed someone.
God.
Anyway, I pulled over and then got out of the car, and the car was a bit damaged on the corner of it. So, yeah, I was like, oh, no. So I started running back to where it was, and turned out it was one of my mates that had been, like, drinking. And they were mooning cars in the middle of the road.
Yes.
So I've come around the bend and I've cleaned him up. And then it was like whinging and that there was rocks in his bum and stuff like that. And turns out, yeah, he had indicator lens like wedged in his butt cheek. And, yeah.
How hard did you hit him at?
I hit him at 100k. So
my God.
I'm surprised the car didn't go up his ass.
yeah. So luckily, like, any closer to the centre of the car, and probably would have done a lot more damage than a broken foot and some indicator lens wedged in his butt cheek. But yeah, he got real lucky.
Didn't break a coccyx. I mean, how bruised is his ass? Who's going to rub those corkies out? That's the other thing.
He got an accident because he was pulling brown ice at cars.
Do you remember when you used to do that? Just moving cars?
I know,
that was a night out.
in the middle of the road?
In the middle of
Don't you do it on the side of the road?
Like a gentleman?
Exactly, or a lady.
Ashley. That
Extraordinary. I'm glad.
So funny.
And a much happier ending than it could have been, let's face it.
I was pretty keen to hear the long story too, Ash.
Ash. We'll take you down the pub one day. We want to hear the extended version.
Hey, Ash, you scored yourself 3 sessions at Stadium Karts for you and a mate. Stadium Karts is Australia's high-octane outdoor karting experience around Optus Stadium. And we can say that it was brilliant. Book now at stadiumkarts.com for everybody else.
Ash, you're going to love that. It's so good.
And no one moons you in the middle of the track.
Guys. That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Get around it, brother.
Very, very funny.
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
10K.
Win 10 grand with Nathan, Nat and Sean at our 10K Thirsty Camel drive-through at the Vale Bar and Brasserie. Shop the way you want with everyday low prices at the Camel.
All right, someone's about to score a spot at the 10K Thirsty Camel drive-through, happening this Friday at the Vale Bar and Brasserie in Yangebup. Going to be a great day.
Yeah, a bit of a showdown before we get there, though, Nat. It's going to be Jenny versus Ian. Actually, we're going to start with you, Jen. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Jenny. Jenny, what car are you going to be driving?
A Kia Sportage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God,
Kia
Sportage. Oh, she's obviously got money. She's got a Sportage. That's the Ferrari of the Kia world, I hear.
Oh, it is too.
You're going against Ian from Eastwick Park. Hi, Ian.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Ian.
Hello, Ian.
What are your wheels, Ian?
Mitsubishi.
A Mitsubishi what?
ASX.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the smaller one.
That's a, small SUV, isn't it?
SUV one, yeah.
I got one of those from Bayswater Car Hire once. Went down south with it. Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
How's your general knowledge, Ian?
Average.
That's fantastic. What about yours, Jenny?
Yeah, average.
And what about your need for $10,000? Average or?
Above average.
Above average. All right.
Okay, here's what's going to happen. We've got 5 questions. When we ask the question, if you didn't know the answer, buzz in with your name. If you get it right, you take a point. If you get it wrong, we move on to the next question. It is the best of 5. Are we ready? Let's test your buzzers. Ian?
Ian.
Jenny?
Jenny.
Working well.
Here we go with question number 1.
We're under tournament conditions.
What is the only prime number between 3 and 7?
Ian.
5.
Ian's on the board, everybody.
Wow, that was a close one.
I know, those buzzers were tight.
Yeah.
Okay, Ian leads 1-0.
Question number 2. Who is the president of the Ukraine?
Ian.
Yes, Ian?
Volodymyr Zelensky.
Hey, well played.
I think you so much like saying it like you're drunk.
Ian leads 2-0. You've got to come back, Jen. All right.
Yeah.
Question number 3. In which Emmy-winning reality competition show are eliminated contestants told to sashay away?
Jenny.
Yes, Jenny?
I'm hoping this is the wild guess. Dancing with the Stars.
I'm afraid. It was RuPaul's Drag Race.
Sashay away.
Sashay away.
No point there. Ian still leads 2-0.
Oh, jeez. All right, here we go. In which limb of the body is the tibia?
Ian.
Ian, for the game.
The leg.
He's done it, everybody! Leg of lamb, Ian! Ian and his Mitsubishi ASX are going to be joining us at the 10K drive-through
exciting.
on Friday, where somebody will win $10,000. Could be you, Ian.
That's going to be fun.
And we've got
on the ball.
cheeky $150 to spend at Thirsty Camel for
There
you
you
as
go.
well, Ian.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, Ian, I'm pretty sure that you are officially our second guy in the competition.
And our first
Okay.
Mitsubishi driver.
And our first Mitsubishi driver.
There you go, Ian.
Yeah, all right.
Oh,
We'll see you there, Ian.
Well, we've got
You're a
the
good chance,
ninth car tomorrow, everyone.
Yes,
Ninth and
last
final.
spot.
Ninth and final car.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Married at First Sight, I don't know if guys have caught it, but the new bride called Evelyn.
I've seen Evelyn, but I didn't watch it last night.
So Evelyn's
She's
with Rupert,
very
the really
beautiful.
shy bloke, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
She's so beautiful.
and she
Yeah,
was
she
so
is.
lovely to him when he was being so shy and stuff, you know.
He was
Anyway,
clearly very nervous.
so she is the best. She is unbelievable. So a bunch of the guys went out for drinks, right? And included in that was Rupert, which was her partner.
The monkey boy.
And then there was Dan, who is partnered with Sandy, the beautiful Indian lady. And then there was Hugo, who's partnered with that monster that won't let him sleep in the bed.
Yes, that poor guy.
Yeah, and there was a couple of
I
other
feel
them,
sorry for Hugo.
right? Anyway, Sean, now you tell me this all the time when you and your friends come together, all you do is like just mouth off about your wives.
100%.
And to be fair, he'll do it to strangers as well.
Yeah, he does it to he literally, during the songs, cold calls people. He just makes up numbers and then just starts teeing off.
You just feel a lot better, that's the thing.
Get off the chest, mate.
And you know what? It's fine when it's all kept quiet. You know what I mean? When everyone puts it in the vault.
Yes.
Yes, Nathan.
And suddenly if those things you've been saying come out, I mean, that's
God.
terrible.
You better
Really bite you on the
keep
butt.
being nice to us, Sean.
That's why, Sean, just for you and some of the stuff that comes out of your mouth, actually this goes to everyone in this room, we all always should check our phones in case we accidentally butt dial someone, because that's what happened, right? So you're about to hear from Evelyn speaking to Rupert about the butt dial situation, and she is my new spirit animal, Evelyn.
I don't know if you remember this, but you accidentally butt dialed me. It was like, it was an accident.
Yeah.
Naturally, I'm listening in. I did listen in, and
Right.
I unfortunately heard what two of the husbands were saying about their wives, Hugo and Dan. Specifically Dan. Type of things that was said were pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
She then went and told Sandy.
She went and told Sandy.
Who wasn't happy.
But Dan's not keen on her anyway.
No, Dan's not keen on her, but he keeps telling her he's keen on her. He's horrendous.
I know.
But a lot of them are, aren't they, really?
They are.
I think it's a box you have to tick before you go on the show.
Okay, the first box you have to tick is by, if you get a butt call, not to just go, not to hang up straight away.
I mean,
You've got to listen.
naturally, Sean, naturally, as she said, naturally she listened in.
But this is the thing. So
Human
whether it be
nature.
a butt dial or whether somebody thinks that they've hung up.
Yeah.
It happened with us with Boy George. And we can't say who, but Boy George was teeing off about an Australian celebrity. And we just sat there listening. And he was going off to all of his friends, because you know how bitchy Boy George can be.
Yeah.
And it was so awkward because we didn't know at what point we should hang up.
Because we're on speakerphone, right? So we thought once we hung up, all they would have heard is beep. And then they all would have gone, because it was a radio station recording. And we did record it all. We had it all.
Yeah,
but we'll never play it because we're not that kind of people. We're not that kind of show.
No.
If we were that kind of show, we'd probably be rating better.
That's right. And if you ask us in the street, we'll tell you.
Oh, yeah, we'll tell you who it was and what he said.
For sure.
But we stayed on that phone and we felt like we were doing something so bad, but we just had to listen. But how funny. I wonder when we did hang up, if it did go...
And then we go, holy shit.
And they all look down at the speakerphone and go, oh my God.
Yeah, every morning they get up to get the Daily Mail.
It's
going to be an interesting.
Luckily.
We want to talk about butt dials, right? So what you've heard when someone's butt dialed you and you've chose to listen in, or perhaps someone has not realised they haven't hung up. Haven't hung up.
Yes.
Because a lot of the time, you know, how many people have gotten off the phone from someone and gone, oh, that arsehole.
Well, with Siri too, like, you know how sometimes she pipes in. So if you're talking about somebody and say their name and their name is in your phone, it's possible that she could call them. So yeah. I know, dangerous.
Okay, now you've got me thinking. Holy hell, no.
All right, so butt dials, people listening in, you thought they hung up and you kept on listening in. What did you hear or what did you get caught saying? We're going to give somebody $150 to spend at Morris Mead. You can book a Summer Lights cut and colour package and get a free hot air brush worth $175. How many people have heard their parents do it? Their parents have literally butt dialed them.
Is that just... No, that's just you.
Is that just you?
No,
because they're out like rabbits.
My parents don't do that.
Oh, no, they're doing it now.
They don't do it.
They do. Really? They like to do it while they're listening to us.
Your mum's
They like to do it while they hear their son's voice. It's a kink of theirs.
We're not saying they're normal.
Hi, Emma.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good, Emma.
What happened, Em?
So, essentially, my fiancé plays for a relatively high-level football soccer team, and every week they live stream the games online so that people can watch them.
Yep.
And I was sitting there with a couple of the wags, the wives and girlfriends, and we started saying some very not nice things about some of the other girls on the team.
Emma.
Yep. My fiancé watched the game back the next week with the entire team, and you could hear every single thing we said.
Oh, Emma, that is...
Yeah.
Oh, Emma.
Yep.
Recorded.
So I was under very strict instruction that wherever the camera is, I'm not allowed to be.
Oh, so what was the fallout, Em?
I didn't really hear anything from the other girls on the opposite team, but I kind of got a couple of dodgy looks. All of the wags that were sitting there, we got a couple of dodgy looks from the girls the next week.
You know what it is, though? Because when you're in it and you're having a bitch, like you're in it, you know what I mean? You don't pull any punches, you say stuff to be funny and shocking.
100%. Turns out, not funny and shocking.
What a hard lesson to learn. Thanks, Emma. Emily, hello.
Hi.
Hi, Emily.
Emily, have you got a butt dial story for us?
Boy, do I. Yeah. I had just got off a phone call with my mum, and I just throw my phone straight onto the bed.
Yep.
And my partner decided, we're just going to get a little bit frisky right now.
Oh, no.
I butt dialed my mum back. She listened to the entire...
She didn't hang up.
No, well, that's on her. Why the hell did she listen to the whole thing?
Because
was that not that
I'm going to say, did your mum think someone's broken in and they're attacking my daughter and she loves it?
No, I have no idea. I was mortified. Absolutely mortified. See, all we could hear once we had everything had settled, all I could hear was, "Can I help you? Hello?"
Can I help you?
I was like, Mum. I'm like,
reach through the phone.
The appropriate response is hang up and she calls you back because then you hear the phone ringing.
Hey, Emily.
She's really concerned about you.
In the throes of passion, Emily, are we a talker? Do we say things?
Do we
just make a lot of...
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Emma couldn't help it then.
Not my finest moment.
It's not like we need milk, is it? It's other things.
No.
Yeah.
Not my finest moment, not going to lie.
Well, you know what? I have to say, I don't think it's your mum's finest moment either. I
She's
think
a bit complicit in this.
There are some things where you should hang up.
Absolutely, she had the opportunity to hang up, and she was genuinely concerned. Call back.
Yeah. 13 24 10. We are talking about when the other person has butt dialed you, or they haven't realised they haven't hung up. How would you be if you just hung up on the phone from someone, or someone thought they hung up from you and then they started bitching about you? What do you do? Do you listen and then say it to them?
It's the equivalent of writing that text about somebody and then accidentally sending it to them.
Yes.
Which... But
as the receiver of the information, do you therefore tell them that you heard everything they said?
Maybe. Depends. Or you file it away to use it at a later
file
date.
it away
as a weapon.
Right time.
Yeah, that's right.
Weapons are good. Sarah's in Bassendean. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good, Sarah.
Good, Sarah.
What happened?
It's happened to my husband. Everybody loves my husband. He's the nicest guy in the world. No one ever has a bad word to say about him at work. Everyone loves him. And he got a complaint from head office saying that the credit lady no longer wanted to deal with him and no one could figure out what was going on. He thought it was she's gotten the wrong person, she must be misconstrued and talking about someone else.
Yes.
And then, so his boss then rang up and found out he had rang to ask for some credit to go through on an account.
Yes.
And she declined it. And then he hung up and then obviously butt dialed her and was going off to the guys in the office how useless she was and she didn't know what she was doing. like everything you could say out of frustration. She heard it all and then obviously went and told her manager.
Yeah.
And then so obviously there was a complaint about my husband and then so I made him call her and apologise.
Oh, my God. How? That must have been so awkward. How was it received?
It was so awkward. It was received okay because they had worked together for years. So, like, everyone loves him. And then for that,
not everyone.
So he apologised and it was fine. Well, not everyone, but so it was fine after that. But, yeah, he was mortified having to call and apologise.
I love how his manager didn't make him apologise.
No, you
his
did.
wife did.
But I love how the fact that he is so universally loved that he could not even think of where this complaint would come from. Like, you know, to know that you're that loved. I know, I've never done anything wrong. Everyone loves me.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah. Rebecca, hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, Rebecca.
What happened?
So I was dead butt dialer, unfortunately. I was kind of chatting to my brother's best friend, and he and I kind of got a bit close. So we decided to hang out for the night. I then went to the pub with my girls a couple of weeks later and was showing them the text messages and having a chat to them about the whole thing.
Yes.
He specifically told me not to tell anyone because obviously he's brother's best friend.
Yes.
I was spinning my phone while chatting and I accidentally butt dialed him.
Yes.
He heard the entire conversation.
Of you telling the girls?
After he told you not to tell anyone.
Specifically told me not to tell anyone.
Okay.
He heard the entire
But you just told
thing.
the girls.
Yeah, so were you being complimentary to him?
Oh.
Rebecca.
Oh, about his performance or about him?
Performance.
Oh,
Just,
so you're going like, I finally tapped that and I won't go back again, sort of deal.
100%.
Oh, no.
Oh, Rebecca. Oh, that's the worst.
Oh, well, nothing lost then.
But why isn't it ever? Why don't you ever do this when you're saying good things about someone?
Exactly, that's right.
Oh, that's
amazing.
cringeworthy.
And how was he afterwards?
Well, he started ringing me and was like, why are you telling everyone? I just heard everything. Because so I'm outside the pub having like a conversation with him and going, oh my God. But my girls are great. They never found out. This was like a year or two ago. So my brother never found out.
Okay.
I'm sure he was
Rebecca.
like, can you give me another go?
He might now.
Yeah, he might now.
Yeah, I know. This is it. Thank you, Beck. Let's go to a person we will call Claire for the purposes of this story. Hello, Claire.
Hi.
Hi, Claire.
Okay, what happened?
It's not a phone call, but it was. We had this couple with their child over for dinner, and it was a new relationship through school.
Yeah.
And it was my son's friend, and they came over. They ate. The kid was a nightmare, like right pain in the butt.
Yeah.
And then they left, and we closed the security door. My husband's like, they flipped that they've left.
Yes.
Yep.
That kid was a little this, blah 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 blah, totally ragging him out fully, and I'm like, I don't think it's his fault. I think he's on the spectrum. How did I not see it?
Yeah.
Like, just going on.
Really
and
dissecting
on.
the child and the parents. Yep.
Really bad. My husband was brutal. He was like, yeah. And then we hear, guys, so-and-so's left his hat. Can we have it, please?
No.
So they were standing at the door listening to everything you were
waiting for a
ranting
break
about.
in the conversation so they could ask for the hat.
And then I thought, oh, my God. Well, my son's still in his class. We're in a single-stream school.
No.
I've had another 2 years and I've got one more.
How's it been, Claire? How's it been?
Glances at me, looks away, and I'm like, feel so bad. But, I do think there were issues there.
Can I just say,
maybe they've worked on it.
I can just see that family standing outside of the door wanting the hat.
I know, going,
just listening, and then slowly
do
going,
we want the hat
and then
that
slowly,
badly?
then
Waiting for a
break, and then.
Hello. Can we just interrupt you bagging us out to get our hat back, please?
Those things are dangerous.
Funny. Aren't they just?
Yeah, they're dangerous.
Thank you, Claire.
Absolutely.
Not her real name.
$150 to spend at Morris Mead. That's a good place to go.
Any danger of you giving it away?
Well, I'm going to give it to...
No, take your time.
Number 2, Emily, butt dialed her mum when she was having sex.
Oh, okay, that's that. We see where you go.
There we go, Sean.
Nathan, Nat and Sean in podcast form.
great news. Fatboy Slim headed to our shores. He's playing Burswood Park Sunday the 7th of May. That's an 18-plus gig. Tickets from frontiertouring.com/Fatboy Slim. He's playing Groove in the Moo as well down south the day before. So we got the opportunity this morning.
We did.
Before the show to catch up with the legend that is Fatboy Slim.
How you doing?
Hello. How you going, mate?
Norman? Do we call you Fat Boy, Norman? I don't know.
Cookie?
When everyone's got a famous name, you don't know what to say.
My friends call me Norman.
Great, okay. So you'd like us to call you Fat Boy?
Mr. Slim.
Walked straight into that one, didn't I? Oh, it's going to be like that, is it?
Hey, firstly, before we get into it, what's all that stuff on the shelves behind you? Are they books? Are you a well-read man?
No.
Okay,
they are CDs.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to
CDs.
cancel it.
Yeah, they're also. I don't do books. I do CDs.
Yeah, CDs. It's called physical media now.
Yeah, I don't even have a CD player at my house anymore.
Well, this is kind of my archive. This is sort of a bit of my life. I'm a bit of a hoarder. I probably don't need them. And this entire collection behind me could probably fit into a memory stick this big. But I like them. They're like friends of mine. They're like old friends that just hang around.
Yeah, it's when streaming started and everyone got rid of their box sets of DVDs.
Yes.
It was a real sad time because,
That's right.
you felt like the local Blockbuster.
Yeah, no, I've still got my DVDs too. They're in the other room, though. And the VHSs.
They're in the DVD room.
I was in my storeroom the other day, Norman, and I found my VHS player, and I've still got it there. I'll keep it I'm a just in case person. I always keep things just in case.
Yeah, no, I think you're a man after my own heart. I think that's a very sensible. If you've got the room, obviously if you live in a very small flat, you might have to, sort of downstairs. But if you've got the room, hold on to it because they're rapidly becoming like museum pieces.
Yes.
and there's probably a lot of people who've got kind of important points of their life, like weddings and things, on VHS. And they'll need that VHS player one day to watch them. Then you'll be the king of the world.
Norman, not one person ever watches their wedding film because nobody gives a rat's ass if you bring this up at any stage. Hey, come and sit down and watch this. Oh, the great memories.
Yes. No, there's someone that's been cheated on and their partner's left them and then they watch it crying.
I was going to say, it depends if the marriage lasts longer than the format that you recorded it on.
That's true.
That's a really good point. Hey, Norman, I was speaking to a friend recently who always travels overseas, always goes to Europe, right? And he ends his his working trip always with a trip to Ibiza to wind down. Now, I said to him, how's that possible? Ibiza, that's not a wind down place. Now, you go there, I'd imagine you've been going there for 40 bloody years. That's not a wind down place, is it, surely?
Oh, it is, yeah.
Really?
The beauty of the island is you can wind up or wind down, and you can do that, on a daily basis. No, because the stuff that you see on the telly, that you kind of like the sort of drunken louts in the streets and the super clubs. That's kind of like 1 square mile of the island, and it's quite kind of condensed there. And the rest of the island is really quiet. And really, I go there with my family. I take my family, my kids there every year since they were born. But we stay up in the north, and it's only like a 20 minutes drive. Yeah. But you're absolutely in the middle of nowhere. So, a lot of people go there for like yoga retreats and spa, and most of the island is really quiet.
Yeah. It's like Ubud and Kuta.
Well, you just don't see it, don't you? Ibiza, it's just you're not sleeping, you're going absolutely mental.
The only person that we speak to really regularly about Ibiza is James Blunt, because he has a house there and he tells us, like it's a bit of a party house and he's got a bar, and I'm sure you've probably been there, haven't you?
I've bumped into him many times there. I've not been invited back to his house yet.
Celebrity rift.
Here's a few.
Clickbait, Daily Mail. Clickbait. That's pretty exciting.
Hey, Norman, I wanted to ask you about Praise You, one of your biggest hits, and in particular the film clip was one of the things that stood out of that time for,
because it was so different.
It was so different. Did you have any creative control about that? How did that come about? Because apart from the song being absolutely brilliant, but the film clip really impacted everybody.
Well, it was Spike's idea. Spike Jones liked me and wanted to work with me, so he made a little tape of him doing a stupid dance to Rockefeller Skank.
Yeah.
And he gave me a VHS of it and just said, I saw this guy dancing. And I was like, this is the kind of video we should be making. But I think he meant it. Maybe he meant it as a demo. I don't know. But I just said to the record company, I want to just make that guy and just doing stupid dancing because it just makes you laugh and it's much cheaper than trying to. You know. And it was, for me, it was a bit of a statement against videos and that would just cost so much money, and they were just kind of glorified adverts for you and how cool you look and with big breasts and So it was kind of a sort of statement, but it was. Spike's genius was to make it a really entertaining statement, and it was dirt cheap, but it was just had a sort of a charm to it.
Yeah,
right. So I thought you would have been there watching it because that would have been hilarious. Because wasn't it? It was sort of mostly. Were you there? You were there?
For Praise You, I was there, and then I made a little cameo, and I walk into the middle at one point, and then the thing gets knocked over. No, Weapon of Choice. I was supposed to be there. I was supposed to be there, but my darling wife decided to have our firstborn son on the very weekend that they were filming. I figured I should stay at home and watch the birth of my son rather than do my cameo.
You know what? We should really do a segment where wives apologise when they give birth and how it upset their husband's day.
Unbelievably so. Well done, though.
We really should. It's overdue. So there's so many hot artists at the moment. 3 of them are being Harry Styles, Billie Eilish, say Lizzo, right? So if you had to do a collab between either of those, who would it be? Harry Styles, Lizzo?
Lizzo.
Isn't she amazing?
All the way. Yeah, she's fabulous. I love her.
Isn't she amazing?
Yeah, I want to have her babies. I love her.
And Norman, DJs these days are so high profile. I mean, imagine when you started, that wouldn't have been the same case. You know, over here, my kids and a lot of my friends are into Paul Fisher. But you watch the lifestyles flying all around the world.
Incidentally, I want to have his babies too. I love him.
I'm just amazing how much it's grown over time. Instead of just seeing a singer out there, people are just going to see DJs flat out.
Yeah. Have you got a problem with that?
No. It's just grown. So,
but you know what it is, Sean. But think about it, right? So when Norman started, DJing was hard work. You know what I mean? It was actually real records and all that sort of stuff. Nowadays, it's all just done on computers, Norman. They're all hacks, aren't they?
Yeah, we're just button pushers. Back in the day, basically in the food chain of like nightclubs. We were just above the glass collector. And got paid about the same as the glass collector. So no, it's in my career I've seen us go from we used to fight to have a monitor.
Yeah, wow.
So that we could hear what we were playing, and the club manager would go, "Why do you need a separate monitor in the booth?" It's like so we can hear what we're doing, so we can mix in time. And they're like, "Oh God!" Whereas now we get treated well, and we get we get riders and the trappings of style. No, it's been a lovely voyage to see. I mean, I was DJing all the way through my life, but it was never a career. It was a hobby. It was just something you did because you loved records, and it was just something to do in the evenings. But you could never make a living out of it in those days, and now we can make a very good living. So I'm not going to moan. Yeah, you see someone like Fisher, we're doing a little bit more than pushing buttons. Well, we are pushing buttons, but we're pushing emotional buttons.
What's on your rider? Like, you'd be pretty low key, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Red Bull, 6 cans of Red Bull.
Yeah.
Some fizzy water, 2 air horns, and a towel.
And I would like the door locked.
I mean, I've been around long enough. I don't drink or anything. I've been around long enough that there's no point in asking for M&Ms.
Yes,
with the green ones taken out or anything like that. So I'm a pretty cheap date when it comes to.
Okay, so the air horns are just for you to use when you're performing. Yes.
Yeah. Good. I'd like to. We don't, because that's hard to keep it real. See, because out of the many buttons that DJs can push, there's one button that goes. You've heard that button,
yes, of course.
Yes. But I figure it's much lovelier for the crowd to actually hear a real air horn.
I'm with you,
they're pretty pokey things, and they just tighten your.
That's why they pay you the big bucks. That is why you're the headliner.
That's right, Norman.
I use real air horns.
Well, there you go, mate.
See the man in style. Sunday, 7th of May at Burswood Park. It's an 18-plus show. You can go to frontiertouring.com/Fatboy Slim to get tickets.
Oh, it's going to go off.
Sell out. That's going to be massive. Thank you so much for talking to us.
You're hilarious.
Thanks, Norman.
You're a legend.
Thanks for caring.
We care deep like a river.
We do care.
Bloody
how
normal,
great
eh?
is Fatboy Slim?
How about the air horn thing?
I know.
He'll only ever use real air horns.
That's right. He's a purist.
And you know
that's
what?
why.
We will here only use real air horns as well, I think, Harry. At least we can do.
It's 21 to 9.
Harry, what were you just trying to do there?
You didn't have a... Where's your air horn, Harry?
I was looking for an air horn.
There are air horns in there.
I found the Titanic ship horn, though.
Okay. As it was going down, is it gurgle at the end of it?
There are air horns in there, Harry.
Let me check the
This is
old.
what we call the grabbery, everyone.
Yeah.
Let me check the old.
The audio grabs.
Let me check the old folder.
Don't worry, we've got all day.
No, it's fine. It's super important.
First class and 50K
And this
coming
is
up
Jason
before
Horn
the end of the
Francis.
show.
This is why you need real air horns.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Because you can't rely on the fake ones.
Yeah, because Fatboy Slim's got a Harry that doesn't do his job properly.
Horn grab. Should we give this a shot? Not sure what it is.
Yeah.
From 2017.
He's a legend. He's come up from 10
It's Horn
weight
Francis.
divisions.
That's Horn Francis.
But I think he's underestimating
He's
my skill.
North
and
Melbourne
I think
player, but now
that's gonna
plays
be-
for Port Adelaide.
We
There's
only
a big
use-
recruit.
We only use real Horn Francis.
Zach's come in.
Go to sound effects.
Go to sound effects.
Where,
Harry.
grabs?
No, he said.
This is a schmozzle, this show, isn't it? Look at it. It takes 3 people to find a horn.
Okay, here we go. Oh, come on.
Air horn.
There you go, grabs.
Yeah, there we go.
And then the yellow one.
Oh, thank you. That's just.
Here we go.
It's a lesson in how to shed
This is a
listeners.
little bit of an anticlimax now, but there it is. That was worth the wait. Here's Taylor Swift with Anti-Hero.
What if this was the thing that wins us a radio award?
I don't think
this
so.
Segment.
Just Zach yelling in the background. Go to sound effects.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean, and the podcast.
And I can put you in.
Nova's First Class and 50K.
Oh, here we go. The boarding call went out, and we're after Anns or Annies this morning, or we'll take an Anna.
I know.
Well,
we will not take an Anna.
No,
I said
I'll
that.
take an Anna.
I will not take an
Not
Anna.
a
Hello,
Nana, but an Anna.
In Booragoon, what is your name?
Annie.
Annie!
Hi, Annie. Annie, what are
Hi, how are you?
What are you short for?
Or long for?
Just a plain and boring Anne. But I do have an E.
My
Yes.
my mum's middle name is Anne, Marlene Ann Morris.
Great story.
There's a lot of Anns as middle names out there.
Is there? Why? Give me one.
It's not I was just thinking it's not my mum, but no, there's a lot of people. I think it's a classical name that
Yeah,
you
it
put
is.
as a middle name.
I think we've really stumbled into some interesting territory.
I disagree.
Harry, do you know anyone that's got the middle name Anne?
No.
Oh, sorry, Annie or Steve?
We've the climax. Go on.
I do.
What?
I'm going to give her a shout out.
Who?
Natalie Ann Hope.
Oh,
went
Hope.
to primary school, high school, still friends.
There you go. There
Hi,
you go.
bestie.
There you go.
I think my cousin's Rachel Ann. Yeah,
13, 24, 10. Do you know someone whose middle name is
Or
Anne?
do you know my cousin Rachel? And you can confirm or deny.
Anyway,
I thought the air horn was
Annie,
the highlight.
guess what? You're in the running to go first class anywhere in the world with 50K. Where would you go, Annie?
Go to Thailand, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Thailand.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thailand. There you go, mate.
Are you somebody who likes to soak up the culture in Bangkok, or are you a kind of beach resort kind of girl?
I'll go to beach resort.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could do
Tong
both.
Beach.
You could do both.
Nah, come on. We'll be
places
stepping
down the
over Annie in the gutter when she's at a skinful.
Bloody
That's
hell.
what'll happen.
You could do that at either location.
Yeah. All right,
Good on
thank you, Annie. Let's go to Averly. Hello, who's this?
Hey, it's Annie.
Annie! Oh, my God, Annie. What is it long or short for?
No, it's just Annie. It's spelled with an I-E.
Annie,
Just Annie
so
with
you
an
were
IE.
christened Annie.
Yeah.
Well, it's paying off today, Annie.
Yeah,
So, Annie,
finally.
who were you named after? Was it the orphan Annie? Was it Annie, Are You OK from Smooth Criminal? Or just they came up with Annie?
I think it's just boring. My parents just called me Annie. I'm not sure where it came after from.
We've all got to ask people our parents these questions while they're still around,
Yes.
everybody.
Like, is this short for anus?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly. Annie, do you know of anyone that has Anne as a second name?
No, I don't.
Yeah, everybody does.
Everybody.
Can't think of one right now.
Annie, where would you like to go? Anywhere in the world, first class with 50K and 3 friends.
I would love to travel around
Someone silenced her. You would not be saying that.
And
Annie,
you will
are you
find out.
okay?
You will find out her answer tomorrow, everybody.
Are you there?
What happened?
Annie, you
Oh,
cut out.
yeah.
You cut out.
Cut out.
Where did you want to go?
Yeah. Around Asia.
Okay.
Okay.
All over.
Oh, okay.
In
First
general.
class, though, Annie, you want to make sure you're flying a long way.
To get the most out of the service.
Yeah, I don't want to change your ideas.
It sounds like you do.
It does.
Annie, you're officially on the standby list. Good luck, okay?
Thank you very much.
All right. You can download the Nova Play and stream all day long. You can also suggest a name there so that if you think, my name never gets read out, you can suggest it and we might just call it out.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Ben, hello.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Where can I find that horn, by the way?
It's good, isn't it? Zach will come and explain it.
Yeah. We just ask for it on air and then wait 5 minutes later and then we'll
he's coming in.
There he is.
He's deep in the mate. Don't bother finding him, mate. Don't bother looking. You've been here all day.
Well, you know what? I think it's been a real celebration of Zach this week too. He's never been on the show more. God, we're giving the people what they want finally. A bit of @ZBoy on Instagram if you want to follow him.
And we know he's going to be up and about tomorrow because we're speaking to David Croft. He's an F1 fan.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Super fan.
We're going to invite him into the interview, I think.
Are we?
Yes.
Is that a good idea?
No, it
Surely.
is. It is. It's our favourite little Mauritian.
What's your best Croft impression, in case people don't know who he is?
I don't even know what he sounds like, so. Tomb Raider, yeah?
Exactly right. Lara's brother.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.